Guys, it's Fonzie with DipYourCar.com. Now, we thought one of the best ways to show the versatility of Plasti Dip is to take a car that's already dipped, peel it down, and then re-dip it all in the same video. It'll show how it can be one color one day, and then within 24 hours later, it can be a completely different color, completely fresh application. So here's what we've got. We got Hooper's GTI. It's got Plasti Dip on it that's a little over 7 months old with some colors that are stacked up on top of it. We're gonna completely peel it down, clean it, wash it, and then tomorrow we're gonna come in and we're gonna re-dip it a brand new color. We're gonna drop down some pure purple. We're gonna take the HKS Dip Pearl and drop that on top of the pure purple, and then it's kind of a little twist. What Hooper wants to do is he wants to take the Baller Gold Micro Flake and mix that Micro Flake into the pearl top coat for the last 2 coats. This will be the first time that we use pearls and Micro Flakes mixed into the same top coat. Have no idea what this is gonna look like, but this is what he wants to do. So let's just run with it, play with it, and experiment. So sit back and enjoy. It's Fonzie. This is gonna be a fun one. Okay, we got 3 coats of the pure purple down as our base. Now we're gonna jump in and start mixing up the dip pearls. Okay, we're gonna mix up the pearls now. Now what I'm gonna do is I've got 1 gallon of glossifier, 1 gallon of matte clear. That's going to make 2 gallons of our sprayable top coat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our HKS purple dip pearls first. We're gonna leave the Baller Gold Micro Flake out of it for right now. We're gonna spray about 1 gallon of the pearls, and then we're going to add the Baller Gold into the remaining gallon of the pearl top coat, and we're gonna use that as our last 1 or 2 coats, depending on how much of an effect the Baller Gold has. So what we're gonna do right now is I've got 2 sprayable gallons, so I've got 50 grams of pearl per gallon, 100 grams of the dip pearls. We're gonna go ahead and add them in and make sure they're dispersed and mixed really well. Okay, we've got it mixed up and dispersed really well. We're gonna load this right into the dip sprayer system and put down probably about 3 coats of the dip pearls by themselves. Okay, we've got 2 coats of the HKS Pearl by itself on the car right now. We got 1 more gallon right here with just the HKS Pearl. We're going to go ahead and add the Baller Gold Micro Flake. So we're going to add it in as it's being mixed. We're going to see what kind of effect this brings into it. All right, this is looking pretty crazy as it is just from a mixing point of view. Now remember, the rule of thumb here is for every gallon of sprayable dip, you want to add 25 grams of Micro Flake. So because we had 1 gallon of the Pearl top coat left, we put 25 grams of the Micro Flake in. And I don't know if you can see it from this point of view, but you've got that pearl purple, and then you've got that gold flake kind of sparkling inside of it. So what this is going to do over the existing 2 coats of HKS, we're not sure, but we're going to jump into it right now. All right guys, behind me we have the end result of this project. Now remember, we had the car completely dipped, we peeled it down, cleaned it up, and then re-dipped it. Now a lot of times if your car is already dipped, you want to change the color, you can just spray over the existing dip. But after you have 2, 3, maybe 4 colors built up, it's time to peel it down and get it ready, just start fresh and start all over again. Now, when you peel a car, it all comes down to it being applied right and making sure you have enough product on the car to peel it. When you're going to peel it and it's going to come off in big old pieces, that's because you have enough coats on. 6 coats should really be the minimum per application. So if you have a brand new car and you're going to dip it for the first time, make sure you get 6 coats on there so that if you want to peel it after just that 1 color, you have enough coats to make sure the peel goes nice and clean. Now remember, this is the first time that we put pearls and micro flakes into the same top coat. Now I did learn something. We put 50 grams of pearl per sprayable gallon, so we had 100 grams of pearl. And then when we were down to just 1 gallon left, we added 25 grams of micro flake. But what I learned is you can almost feel the micro flake in the surface of the dip. It's not textured per se, but you can almost feel it. It's not as smooth as it normally is. So if I was going to do this project again, or if you wanted to do a project mixing pearls and micro flakes, 25 grams of micro flakes just simply isn't necessary. What I would do is get a couple of the sample bags of micro flakes on DipYourCar.com. They come in 5-gram sample bags, and add either 5 or maybe 10 grams of micro flakes to your pearl top coat. That should be more than enough to give that micro flake metallic effect, but not go overboard and have too much in there so that you're going to ruin your texture. So everything you saw us use today, of course, is available for you right there at DipYourCar.com. The micro flake did add a really cool effect. From a distance, you can't even see that it's there, but when the sun hits it and you get close, you can see that shimmering effect on there. So we're really happy with the way that it came out. Hooper's really interested in just changing the color of his car as many times as possible, which really helps us out so we can show you as many of those dip pearls as we possibly can. If you have any questions, customer service at DipYourCar.com. You can get me directly on Twitter. As always, it's Fonzie. I'll see you in the next video. Dip it all in the same video to show you how a car can look one way and then within 24 hours look completely different. So here's what we've got. We got Hooper's GTI. It's got, what the is on your car right now? What was on your car that we just peeled? Suzuka Blue.